Few Hollywood love stories have captivated the world's attention like the marriage and sudden split of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Their union, often described as the epitome of Hollywood romance, ended abruptly, leaving fans and tabloids speculating about the reasons behind their separation. Questions swirled. Did the rumors of an affair with Angelina Jolie hold the key, or were there deeper, more hidden factors that prompted Aniston to end the marriage so suddenly? Nearly 2 decades later, the truth behind Jennifer's decision is finally emerging, offering a revelation more surprising than anyone anticipated. The story of Brad and Jennifer's relationship remains one of Hollywood's most intriguing mysteries, with many reflecting on how quickly the tides turned in what seemed like a fairy tale romance. Before becoming one of Hollywood's most iconic couples, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were already stars in their own right. Brad, born in Missouri, was a heartthrob whose career skyrocketed with roles that defined 1990s cinema. By the time he starred in Fight Club and Seven, he was firmly established as a leading man, his rugged charm and brooding intensity captivating audiences and making him one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors. Jennifer, meanwhile, rose to fame on the small screen, winning hearts as Rachel Green on Friends. Her portrayal of Rachel showcased her comedic brilliance and charisma, earning her a place as one of the highest-paid actresses on television by the late 90s. With her approachable beauty and relatable charm, she became America's sweetheart. The couple first met in 1998 through their managers, who believed the two would hit it off. Their connection was instant, and their romance blossomed quickly. By November 1999, they were ready to take the next step. At a Sting concert in New York, Brad made a grand gesture by presenting Jennifer with a sparkling diamond engagement ring, a moment that captured headlines and seemed to seal their destiny. The following summer, they married in a lavish wedding in Malibu. Surrounded by 200 of Hollywood's elite, they exchanged vows in a ceremony that felt like a scene from a storybook. The event featured 50,000 flowers, live music, and a spectacular 13-minute fireworks display over the Pacific Ocean. This extravagant celebration solidified their image as Hollywood's golden couple, radiating love and stability in an industry often marked by fleeting relationships. Their public appearances showcased undeniable chemistry, reinforcing the perception that their bond was unbreakable. Fans embraced them as the epitome of true love, and their union became a symbol of stability in the chaotic world of celebrity relationships. However, behind the scenes, the pressures of fame and their demanding careers began to take a toll. As they pursued increasingly ambitious projects, the constant media attention and the challenges of balancing their personal and professional lives started to strain their marriage. The whirlwind romance that had seemed so perfect now faced unforeseen challenges, setting the stage for a dramatic shift that would lead Jennifer to make the heart-wrenching decision to end their marriage. Jennifer Aniston's previous relationships played a significant role in shaping her perspective on love and life. Before becoming Brad Pitt's wife, she had already navigated several relationships, each of which taught her valuable lessons about navigating the complexities of fame and romance. These past experiences were instrumental in preparing her for the challenges she would face in her marriage to Brad, providing her with insights and resilience that would ultimately guide her through the heartache of their highly publicized split. Particularly in the relentless spotlight of Hollywood, one of Jennifer's earliest significant relationships was with actor Daniel McDonald. Their romance, which lasted from 1990 to 1995, unfolded as both were on the brink of career success. Jennifer would later reflect on this period with deep fondness, describing McDonald as her first love. In a 2015 interview, she admitted that her inexperience played a role in their eventual split, hinting at a lingering sense of regret. McDonald's passing in 2007 due to brain cancer served as a difficult reminder of their shared past and the value of those early formative years. Following McDonald, Jennifer entered a brief but memorable relationship with Counting Crows frontman Adam Duritz in 1995. The two were introduced by mutual friends at a Hollywood hotspot, and though their connection was short-lived, Duritz later spoke highly of Jennifer, describing her as funny, kind, and stunning. This light-hearted fling offered Jennifer one of her first glimpses into how her personal life would become a focus of media fascination, a theme that would only intensify as her star continued to rise. These early relationships taught Jennifer the importance of self-awareness and contributed to her understanding of love and the balance required to sustain a relationship under public scrutiny. By the time she met Brad Pitt, Jennifer had grown from her experiences, developing a stronger sense of self and clearer expectations. She was no longer the young woman unprepared for commitment, but instead grounded, confident, and ready to build a lasting partnership. In the early days of their marriage, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston decided to combine their creative talents through a new venture, Plan B Entertainment. Founded in 2001, the production company embodied their shared vision for meaningful, impactful films and projects outside the conventional Hollywood mold. Both were passionate about stories with substance and depth, and with Brad's experience in film and Jennifer's television background, they believed Plan B could become a powerful outlet for artistic expression. The initial excitement of building something together brought them closer, as they often discussed potential projects late into the night, brainstorming ideas and envisioning the company's future. For them, Plan B was as much a creative dream as it was a business endeavor, reflecting their shared hopes and values. However, as Plan B took shape, the balance between their careers and their marriage became increasingly challenging. Brad, already a sought-after actor, found himself even more absorbed in the film industry. The demands of managing a production company, coupled with his relentless filming schedule, often pulled him away for extended periods. Jennifer, too, was deeply committed to her work, especially with the continued success of Friends. The final seasons of the show required long hours on set, anchoring her in Los Angeles, while Brad frequently traveled internationally for film shoots and Plan B meetings. Initially, both were determined to make their relationship work, seizing every opportunity to connect and visiting each other on set whenever their schedules allowed. In interviews, they smiled and spoke fondly of one another, openly sharing how they navigated the demands of fame and ambition. They leaned on humor, trust, and a deep sense of partnership, keeping the lines of communication open even as their workloads intensified. As Plan B began developing its own projects, cracks in the balancing act between Brad and Jennifer's professional and personal lives started to emerge. While Brad immersed himself in the creative process, Jennifer felt the strain of maintaining her television commitments and supporting her husband's new aspirations. The pressures of running a production company weighed heavily on Brad, drawing him deeper into the competitive landscape of the industry. Meanwhile, Jennifer was navigating the final season of Friends, a milestone that marked both the peak and the impending end of the show that had defined her career. The closing of that chapter left her in a transitional period, contemplating her next steps. Despite these challenges, they worked hard to preserve the harmony they once shared. Jennifer frequently expressed pride in Brad's work with Plan B, believing in the company's vision and Brad's talent. However, the reality of their diverging career demands was impossible to ignore. Long hours, separate locations, and different projects created a distance that was hard to bridge, even with their best intentions. What began as a shared dream slowly became an unintentional wedge between them, as each pursued a vision that required immense focus and time. Their mutual ambition, once a unifying force, became a quiet challenge. Jennifer had envisioned a life where they could have it all, a thriving marriage, successful careers, and a shared creative dream. Yet, the reality of juggling such high-profile careers and personal lives was proving far more difficult than they had imagined, setting the stage for a testing period in their relationship. Both began to wonder if the life they had envisioned together could withstand the weight of their individual dreams. As Brad Pitt's career led him to increasingly ambitious roles, one film in particular, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, changed everything. Cast alongside Angelina Jolie, Brad's new project quickly became the subject of rumors. Jolie, a formidable figure in Hollywood often described as edgy and bold, stood in sharp contrast to Jennifer's girl-next-door image. The chemistry between Brad and Angelina became a focal point for media speculation almost immediately. Before filming even began, tabloids hinted at a spark between them, igniting a firestorm of gossip about what might be happening behind the scenes. As filming on Mr. and Mrs. Smith progressed, whispers of an affair grew louder. Despite Brad's reassurances to Jennifer that he and Angelina were simply co-stars, stories of their irresistible connection on set dominated headlines. Media outlets ran relentless stories about their off-the-charts chemistry, and photographs of them laughing and engaging during breaks only fueled the rumors. The tabloids painted a dramatic picture of Hollywood's golden boy torn between his beloved wife and a captivating new co-star. Every glance and smile between Brad and Angelina was analyzed and exaggerated, creating a narrative of betrayal that seemed almost tailor-made for tabloid sensationalism. Jennifer, still wrapping up Friends and coping with her own professional and personal transitions, suddenly found herself at the center of a media storm she hadn't anticipated. Initially, she brushed off the rumors, choosing to believe Brad's words over the endless gossip. Her trust in him and belief in their marriage helped her endure the relentless media speculation. However, the constant barrage of questions and insinuations began to take a toll on her. Even close friends noticed the strain, as Jennifer's usually upbeat and resilient nature was visibly tested by the persistent whispers. To complicate matters further, the rumors and their implications became increasingly difficult to ignore, creating a turbulent period for the couple. Brad and Jennifer's already busy schedules left them with even less time together, and the rare moments they did manage to share were frequently interrupted by swarms of paparazzi. Their relationship became an open target for tabloids, with their public appearances scrutinized for signs of tension. Every minor detail, whether they held hands or appeared distracted, was dissected in headlines. What had once been a private relationship was now exposed, with their personal struggles plastered across magazines worldwide. The rumors reached a crescendo when photos from the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith began circulating, showing Brad and Angelina in intimate scenes. For Jennifer, seeing her husband on screen with Jolie in such close romantic moments was a painful reminder of the increasingly inescapable rumors. Although Brad reassured her that nothing was going on, Jennifer couldn't shake the nagging feeling of insecurity. The media frenzy intensified after an interview in which Angelina Jolie described her time with Brad on set as a genuine connection. Though Jolie refrained from confirming any romantic involvement, her words fueled public fascination. The press amplified her comments, making the story even bigger. In a time before social media, when magazines and tabloids dominated public perception, this single interview became the centerpiece of the narrative. It cast Angelina as the seductress and Jennifer as the heartbroken wife. Overnight, a love triangle became the defining story of their marriage, and no amount of denials could quiet the speculation. In January 2005, Brad and Jennifer made the difficult decision to announce their separation, a move that only confirmed the media's suspicions in the public eye. Despite the carefully crafted statement emphasizing mutual respect and love, the announcement failed to quell the storm. Tabloids spun their own narrative, proclaiming that Jennifer had divorced Brad immediately after an alleged affair. This story would haunt all three actors for years to come. Brad and Angelina continued working together and became romantically involved shortly after the separation. Meanwhile, Jennifer faced the painful reality of her marriage ending under the glare of the public spotlight. For Jennifer, the split was not just about the alleged affair, it was about the trust and stability that had gradually eroded under Hollywood's relentless gaze. The media circus and persistent rumors turned something private and sacred into a public spectacle. For Brad, the fallout of the Jolie rumors continued to shape his image in the media. While Brad and Angelina's relationship became Hollywood's next obsession, Jennifer had to rebuild her life in the aftermath, navigating a world where her personal pain was dissected for public consumption. Despite the public narrative, the truth behind their separation was far more nuanced, a combination of media pressure, career demands, and relentless speculation that ultimately tore them apart. It left behind a love story that the world would never forget. The breaking point in Jennifer and Brad's marriage came after a series of highly publicized events that pushed their already strained relationship to its limits. Rumors about Brad's closeness with Angelina Jolie had circulated throughout the filming of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but it was a particular set of vacation photos that sent both the media and Jennifer's world spiraling. In the weeks leading up to the release of these photos, Jennifer had been struggling privately with Brad's increasing time away and the emotional distance that had grown between them. The infamous images showed Brad and Angelina enjoying time together off-set. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, but the candid shots of them laughing and talking in casual moments stirred the deepest doubts in Jennifer. To the public, the photos seemed to confirm every rumor they had read about a possible affair. For Jennifer, they were an unsettling reminder of her husband's shifting focus. As news outlets plastered the images across magazines, Jennifer found herself at the center of an intense media storm. In public, she maintained a calm, collected exterior, but close friends later revealed that the photos had struck a nerve. While Brad insisted that his relationship with Angelina was strictly professional, Jennifer found it increasingly difficult to dismiss the mounting evidence suggesting otherwise. She had stood by him through the ups and downs of his career, but now she felt sidelined as he formed a new and seemingly unbreakable bond with his co-star. In the months and years following her split from Brad, Jennifer faced the challenge of moving forward while remaining under the relentless gaze of the public eye. Jennifer began to open up about the challenges she faced during and after her breakup. For a woman who had spent much of her career managing a public persona that exuded warmth, humor, and resilience, the aftermath of her divorce brought a new vulnerability to her interviews. Jennifer's reflections on marriage, the media's relentless pursuit of her private life, and Brad's relationship with Angelina Jolie revealed a depth of emotion that resonated deeply with fans and observers alike. Shortly after the separation, Jennifer agreed to a candid interview with Vanity Fair, where she addressed the painful reality of her breakup in a way that revealed both her heartbreak and her strength. When asked about the rumors surrounding Brad's closeness with Jolie, Jennifer didn't hide the hurt she felt. Although careful with her words, she acknowledged the complexity of the situation, hinting at the painful truths behind the media headlines. She described the breakup as a deeply personal struggle, one that forced her to confront both her own emotions and the public narrative that had turned her private life into a tabloid spectacle. She admitted that the end of her marriage had challenged her beliefs about love and trust and caused her to re-evaluate her own role in the relationship. She shared that she had always envisioned a lifelong partnership, and when that vision crumbled, it was difficult for her to understand why things had gone wrong. Jennifer explained that while she felt a deep commitment to her marriage, sometimes you can't control other people. This sentiment, subtly aimed at the shifting dynamics with Brad, highlighted her willingness to accept the limitations of her control over the situation. Yet despite the pain, Jennifer expressed a surprising sense of compassion, recognizing that relationships are complex and that people's paths can diverge. In subsequent interviews, Jennifer explored broader themes about love, healing, and personal growth. She shared how the experience forced her to focus on her own happiness and self-worth, a journey that led her to rediscover passions she had neglected and build a stronger relationship with herself. In her words, she found solace in taking control of her narrative, stepping back from the noise of the tabloids, and investing time in close friendships, family, and career aspirations. "I think it's an opportunity to grow," she reflected. Throughout these conversations, Jennifer also touched on the perception of women in Hollywood, particularly the pressure to fit into specific roles. For years after her divorce, the media fixated on her romantic life. Tabloids often speculated about her relationships, her supposed desire for a family, and even her feelings toward Brad. In interviews, she firmly addressed these assumptions, explaining that she didn't need a relationship or children to feel complete. Following her divorce from Brad Pitt, tabloid headlines often painted Jennifer as a career-driven woman who had chosen work over starting a family. The media perpetuated a narrative suggesting that her supposed unwillingness to have children was the reason her marriage ended, a damaging and deeply inaccurate portrayal that stung Jennifer. This assumption not only undermined her personal choices but also reinforced an unfair stereotype about women in Hollywood. Each new relationship she entered was analyzed with a narrow focus, as if motherhood alone could define her happiness and fulfillment. The relentless scrutiny over her personal life was amplified with every interview, every magazine cover, and even candid photos that might hint at a possible baby bump. The media's obsession with her status as a potential mother became invasive, often overshadowing her accomplishments and reducing her identity to a single question: will Jennifer Aniston ever have children? This line of questioning was particularly painful for Jennifer, who later revealed that she had privately faced challenges with fertility. In a rare candid moment, she opened up about her struggles with IVF and the emotional toll it took on her. Jennifer shared that she had indeed wanted children and had gone through intense and exhausting efforts to make that happen. The IVF process was not only physically demanding but also emotionally draining. She described these years as deeply challenging, feeling forced to carry the weight of others' expectations while also grappling with the disappointment and hurt of a personal struggle. Her candid discussions about IVF and her views on motherhood resonated with many women who had faced similar struggles. By opening up about her experience, Jennifer helped normalize conversations around fertility challenges, shining a light on a topic that is often shrouded in silence and shame. Her story became a source of comfort and validation for women everywhere. The idea of family has evolved over time, proving that it does not have a singular definition and that fulfillment comes in many forms. Jennifer Aniston, despite years of public scrutiny, remained steadfast in following her own path. She ultimately rejected the notion that her life needed to adhere to a prescribed narrative to be meaningful. Jennifer has emphasized that while motherhood is a beautiful journey for many, it is not the sole measure of a woman's worth or happiness. For her, fulfillment has been about embracing all aspects of her life and finding joy in the things that matter most to her. After the painful end of their marriage and years of public speculation, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston slowly rebuilt their connection, not as a couple, but as friends. This journey of reconciliation was marked by time, reflection, and mutual respect for the paths they had individually taken. Both Brad and Jennifer experienced significant personal growth through their relationships and individual journeys, which eventually allowed them to reconnect. A pivotal moment in their renewed friendship occurred in February 2019 when Brad attended Jennifer's 50th birthday celebration. His presence at this milestone event suggested a sense of closure and reconciliation that had been forming privately. Sources close to Jennifer noted that this invitation symbolized a shift toward healing and mutual respect. The public witnessed another glimpse of their renewed bond during the 2020 SAG Awards, where their backstage interaction became the evening's highlight. Both actors were celebrated for their respective achievements, Brad for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Jennifer for The Morning Show. A memorable image of them laughing and Brad holding Jennifer's hand captured the hearts of fans worldwide. For many, it evoked nostalgia for Hollywood's once-beloved couple. However, for Brad and Jennifer, this moment represented genuine sincerity, free from old expectations or unresolved issues. They had found a way to appreciate their shared history with peace and understanding, transforming their bond into a friendship based on acceptance and mutual respect. Meanwhile, Brad has been embarking on a new chapter in his personal life with Insta Ramon, a jewelry designer and wellness enthusiast. Their relationship, which became public in 2022, has been marked by a grounded and authentic connection. The couple has taken meaningful steps forward, including moving in together, which signified a new level of commitment for Brad, who has spent years prioritizing his personal growth. With Ins, Brad seems to have found a sense of ease and genuine affection, representing the personal growth he has achieved since his earlier relationships. Unlike his highly publicized marriages with Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, his relationship with Ins has remained private and focused on building something lasting. Brad's partnership with Ins reflects the lessons he has learned from love and loss. Friends close to the couple have noted that Brad feels a calm maturity in this relationship that he had not experienced before. Having faced intense scrutiny in his past relationships, Brad is committed to maintaining a low profile, allowing his bond with Ins to flourish outside the media spotlight. Reportedly, they are discussing plans for a future together, though they are taking things one step at a time. Brad approaches this new beginning with clarity about what he values, a partnership rooted in honesty, understanding, and strength shaped by his experiences. Today, the legacies of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston demonstrate the power of growth, forgiveness, and reconnection. Once Hollywood's golden couple, they are now cherished friends, their journey serving as a reminder that life is a tapestry of shared history, personal growth, and the strength to let go while keeping space in one's heart for the past. Fans may still wonder if Brad and Jennifer remain a golden couple in their eyes, but their story underscores that people can evolve and find new beginnings on their own terms.